90% of weight loss diets completely fail. And once you hear and understand why, you're never gonna start another diet the same way again. Hey friends, I'm Becca, and in today's video, I'm gonna share a brutally honest conversation about why so many amazing, ambitious women who follow quote-unquote perfect diets to ultimately reach their fitness goals, still hit those weight loss plateaus, feel so frustrated, or simply just give up. In this video, I'm also gonna share my personal experiences, the lessons I had to learn the hard way, and the exact reason why so many diets fail us, even when we're disciplined and committed. So girl, go ahead and grab your water, grab your herbal tea, and let's go ahead and chat about this. Because I promise you, if you've ever felt like every single diet that you've tried is working against you, I promise you, you are not alone. So let me start with a bit of a confession. I've done juicing, low carb, no sugar, low fat, if it fits your macros, vegetarian, eating salads only. I've done the super clean eating phase, the no processed food phase, the I'm starting on Monday fresh phase. And I've been the girl skipping desserts consistently because I'm trying to be good. And every single time I started super hopeful. Every time I was so disciplined. And every time I literally told myself that this time is going to be different. And sometimes it worked for a little bit. I lose a little bit of weight. I feel so proud of myself. And then slowly the cravings will creep right back in. My energy would drop significantly. My workouts felt so extreme. My sleep would completely suffer. And my mood would completely change. And eventually the scale would just stall. And that's when the self-doubt would show up. Like, what am I doing wrong? And why can everybody else stick to this but me? If you ever had those thoughts running through your head, I want you to listen to me clearly. It was never a discipline problem. It was a system problem. They're built for short-term results, not long-term lives. And today, I'm gonna walk you through why. So let's talk about something that nobody warns women about. Your body simply has a built-in survival system. So when you slash your calories way too hard or way too fast, your body doesn't say, oh great, summer is coming. It literally says we are in danger, so we need to slow down that metabolism. Your fullness hormones completely decrease as well, and your body becomes more efficient at storing that fat. This is simply called adaptive thermogenesis, and it's literally your body defending itself. So you eat significantly less, and your progress begins to slow down too. And suddenly you're thinking about food all day long. That's not weakness, that's biology. And most diets completely ignore this. Then there's extreme restriction. And this one hits so many women so hard. Diets love rules. Don't eat this, avoid that, cut out sugars, cut out carbs, cut out fats, and cut out joy and ultimately your peace. And psychologically, restriction does something so powerful. It makes food so much louder. The moment something becomes off limits, it becomes so much more desirable. So you start obsessing, you start bargaining with yourself, and eventually something gives in. So you binge, you feel so guilty. And you promise tomorrow, I'm gonna do a lot better. And then the cycle starts again. Diet, control, binge, and restart. Over and over. And nobody talks about how emotionally exhausting that is. And let's go ahead and add some hormones into the mix. Because women don't have the same body every single week. Across your menstrual cycle alone, your appetite changes. Your energy changes, your strength changes, insulin sensitivity changes, your water retention changes. So that's why some weeks you feel unstoppable, and other weeks you feel so much more hungrier, more emotional, more soft, and even tired. But most programs expect you to have the same performance every single day. So when your body naturally begins to shift, you think that you're actually failing. Then there's the stress and the sleep. Let's be honest, most women carry a lot. Think your careers, your family, the emotional load, the mental labor. And then we add on aggressive dieting to that on top of that. High stress, low sleep, and cortisol increases. Cortisol then increases the hunger, increases your cravings. It promotes that stubborn belly fat. And then your workouts become so much more difficult and sleep recovery becomes almost non-existent. And then this ultimately slows down your recovery. So you're tired, you're under eating, you're overtraining, and then wondering why your body won't cooperate. That's literally the perfect storm. Another huge reason why diets fail is metabolic adaptation. As you lose weight, your body needs fewer calories. And if your daily movement subconsciously decreases, your energy expenditure drops. So what worked in month 1 1 might not work in month 3, but most diets never evolve. They just tell you to cut more calories, even more, which just digs a deeper hole. And then there's this subtle stuff that barely anybody brings up. The liquid calories from your creamers, your smoothies, the alcohol that's quietly adding up in the background. One size fits all plans, ignoring your actual metabolism, your lifestyle, and your genetics. Detox diets that are just causing water loss instead of actual fat loss, and calories never being adjusted appropriately depending on how your body changes. Then there's the continuous social pressure from family meals and work snacks. And then there's a chronic under eating all day only to just binge at night. Busy schedules making those rigid diets almost impossible. Poor digestion affecting nutrient absorption and fullness. And not to mention those vitamin and mineral deficiencies that you're probably getting from those diets, causing those cravings. Not eating enough protein is a huge one as well. And then think about those emotional traumas that you're experiencing that are showing up as emotional eating. Also think about the lack of accountability and the lack of sleep. And the biggest mistake is trying to lose fat as fast as possible, which is why these diets lead to short-term results and not lasting results. Never taking diet breaks, never learning about portions, never learning about how to eat for real life. These all add up. Meanwhile, the fitness industry just keeps telling women to keep slashing the calories. So what actually works? Not another extreme diet, not an elimination diet. What works is learning how to eat in a way that you can actually sustain it for life. And this is where the 80-20 and balanced plate method actually comes into play. And this completely changed everything for me, because instead of rules, it actually teaches structure. Instead of restriction, it actually teaches balance. And instead of perfection, it actually teaches consistency. And here's what it actually means. 80% of the time, you're building your meals around whole, nourishing foods. Think your proteins, your fiber-rich carbs, your healthy fats, your colorful vegetables, foods that actually support your hormones, your energy, your workouts, and your metabolism. You're aiming for actual balance on your plate, adding a solid source of protein, a portion of carbs, and some healthy fats, and volume from your fruits and your veggies. Not tiny portions, not starving yourself. Eating enough to actually feel satisfied. And 20% of the time, you live your life. You enjoy that dessert, you go out to dinner, you have that wine with your friends, you eat that slice of birthday cake without feeling guilty and without completely spiraling, because you don't need to make up for it. And you're no longer in that all or nothing mentality. You're in one that's way more sustainable. And if this video is resonating with you so far, go ahead and hit that like button. Comment below and tell me which one of these gaps are actually tripping you up a little bit. Remember, I read every single comment. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly insights, honest coaching, and strategies that you can actually use without feeling super restricted or highly overwhelmed. Okay, so let's get back and talk about the balance plate. What that actually looks like, especially if you're trying to achieve that body recomposition, which is simply building that lean muscle while burning fat. And I know a lot of people get so caught up in the numbers and the percentages, but let's keep it super simple and visual. So picture your plate. Half of it should be filled with non-starchy vegetables. Think your broccoli, your spinach, your peppers, your zucchini, or whatever you love. This is going to fuel your plate and give you the fiber, the vitamins, and the minerals that you desperately need to keep you full without piling on the extra calories. Think of it like the background of your meal. It's always there, volume packed and super colorful. Now, a quarter of your plate is going to be for your protein, your muscle building, fat burning powerhouse. This could be your chicken, your turkey, your eggs, your fish, your Greek yogurt, or whatever protein source you prefer. Protein is going to keep you full and helps you, of course, recover from your workouts and is essential for reshaping your body. So you can also imagine a palm-sized amount sitting right next to your veggies. The last quarter is your carbs, the energy that you're going to desperately need to crush those workouts. And of course, recover properly too. Think your sweet potatoes, your quinoa, your brown rice, your legumes, and even some fruit. It's a solid fist-sized portion, enough to fuel your body, but not enough to just go straight to storage. And then, of course, our healthy fats. Think your nuts, a drizzle of olive oil on your veggies. Doesn't take up a huge chunk of your plate, but it's crucial for your hormones, your satiety, and your energy. Think of it more like the finishing touches that makes every meal super satisfying and keeps your body running smoothly. So to visualize this all together, half your plate is full of veggies, a quarter of your plate is for protein, a quarter is for carbs, and a little bit of fat sprinkled on or at the side of your plate. And that's a full balanced meal for body recomp. It's super simple, super sustainable, and it works with your body instead of against it. This method also is going to help adapt to your menstrual cycle. Some weeks you'll want to eat a little bit more. Some weeks you'll feel a little bit lighter, a little bit heavier. Some weeks you're going to need a little bit more rest, and that's completely okay. It adapts with your metabolism, and as your body changes, your calories are going to begin to adjust as well. So it's going to help you be more aware, especially of your portion sizes, and teaches you how to eat for real life, not just day one of a diet. And most importantly, it removes the moral value from food. You're not good or bad for eating. You're a human with a body that deserves fuel. It deserves compassion, and it deserves consistency well over punishment. Now I want you to imagine this. No more restarting your diet every single Monday. No more food guilt. No more fasting crashes. No more fearing carbs. And no more pretending like you don't actually like dessert. And your body's going to begin to slowly and steadily make those changes that you want to see. Now, if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. You didn't fail your diets failed you. And you don't need another extreme, rigid diet. You need a system that's going to work with your biology, your lifestyle, and your mental health. One that builds muscle, one that respects your hormones, and one that allows flexibility. And that's how real transformation actually happens. So I'll see you in the next video.